Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
The first thing is congratulations.
I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady.
And you need to defend yourself all the time. As you may heard, I file a few lawsuits and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life, and they wrote lies, and I will not allow that. I will fight till the end because I don't want that they damage my reputation and my name.
Melania Trump has just made history, sending shockwaves through the media landscape. In one of the most remarkable legal victories to date, she secured an unprecedented $900 million defamation settlement against The View and co-host Sunny Hostin.
I think she hates him.
Yeah. Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore. She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him, and she doesn't.
You don't know all that.
That's why I say it.
This wasn't just another lawsuit, it was a pivotal moment. For years, Melania endured relentless attacks from various media outlets. However, this time, she chose to take a stand. The settlement ranks among the largest defamation payouts in history, underscoring that this case was about more than just financial compensation. It was about holding media accountable. Melania's legal team successfully argued that The View overstepped the boundary between opinion and deliberate falsehoods aimed at tarnishing her reputation. The jury concurred. This ruling sets a significant precedent, signaling to media organizations that reckless statements about public figures will no longer be tolerated without consequence. For Melania, this victory isn't merely personal, it's a clear message to anyone who believed they could defame her without repercussions. But how did The View end up here? Let's take a deeper look at their long-standing history of unchecked criticisms.
Here's some news for you. The former First Lady has been noticeably absent on her husband's campaign trail, but she just made a stop on Fox News to promote her new memoir. Apparently, she's answered personal and political questions. Take a look.
The notion of being untouchable has been shattered by this lawsuit. The View has long been recognized for its heated debates and bold opinions, but critics argue that it frequently crosses the line into defamation, particularly when addressing conservative figures. Melania Trump was no exception. Over the years, co-hosts such as Sunny Hostin and Joy Behar have repeatedly taken jabs at her, accusing her of everything from resenting her husband to being an unwilling First Lady who ruined the Rose Garden. These weren't mere offhand comments, but recurring narratives portraying Melania as cold, detached, and opportunistic. What exacerbated the situation was the absence of accountability. The co-hosts often reiterated each other's claims without presenting evidence, fostering an echo chamber of misinformation masquerading as opinion. This pattern of unchecked criticism extended beyond Melania. Other conservative women, including Kayleigh McEnany and Sarah Huckabee Sanders, have faced similar treatment on the show. However, this time, The View went too far and is now facing the consequences. And it all began with one reckless remark from Sunny Hostin. Believing she could say anything without repercussions, her words this time came with a staggering billion-dollar price tag. During an episode of The View, Hostin claimed, without any supporting evidence, that Melania Trump despised her husband and remained with him solely for financial reasons. This was not a casual remark, but was delivered with absolute certainty, as if she had insider knowledge of the Trumps' marriage. What made it even more egregious was that none of the other co-hosts questioned her. Instead, they nodded along, treating her baseless assertion as fact. This was more than just irresponsible. It was defamatory. And Melania wasn't going to let it go unchallenged. Hostin's statement became the focal point of the defamation lawsuit, with Melania's legal team arguing that it was part of a broader pattern of targeted attacks aimed at damaging her reputation. The jury agreed, awarding Melania $900 million in damages. a financial hit that could significantly impact ABC and The View. But how did Melania go from being a target to securing one of the most substantial defamation settlements in history? Let's examine the journey. For years, Melania remained silent, but this time, she decided she had enough. Known for her private nature and reluctance to engage with media controversies surrounding her family, she had endured relentless attacks from outlets like The View. However, she finally chose to take legal action. Her legal team swiftly filed a defamation lawsuit, detailing how The View had crossed the line from opinion to outright falsehoods designed to tarnish her reputation. The lawsuit didn't just focus on Sunny Hostin's remarks, it shed light on a broader pattern of behavior by the show's hosts, who frequently advanced damaging narratives about conservative women while refraining from similar scrutiny of left-leaning figures. Melania's legal team came well prepared, presenting extensive evidence, including video clips of past defamatory statements, interviews in which hosts doubled down on false claims, and internal communications demonstrating how these narratives were strategically crafted to boost ratings. This case wasn't solely about restoring Melania's reputation. It was about holding The View accountable for years of reckless rhetoric. As the legal battle progressed, astonishing revelations about media bias emerged. This lawsuit didn't just call out The View, it exposed a broader pattern of partiality in mainstream media. In court, Melania's legal team revealed how media outlets like The View systematically targeted conservative figures while providing leniency to left-leaning individuals. They demonstrated how misleading narratives about conservative women were, often perpetuated without evidence, creating a cycle of misinformation that shaped public opinion. One particularly incriminating piece of evidence was a leaked email from a producer instructing hosts to amplify anti-Trump narratives during segments featuring conservative guests. The lawsuit also underscored that these attacks weren't merely spontaneous. They were part of a calculated strategy to drive ratings by catering to a specific audience.
These are such vile comments, but they are exactly what The View's audience loves. It is targeted perfectly at a radically feminist, liberal audience that loves hate. Another now, this is loving and tolerant rhetoric the left uses, which they accuse the opposing side of using. And this one, those women...
Driven by controversy, this case reinforced what many viewers had long suspected, that shows like The View prioritize sensationalism over accuracy and fairness. But while Melania emerged victorious, ABC executives were left in crisis mode. A free $900 million judgment isn't just a setback, it's a catastrophe for the network. When the verdict awarded Melania Trump $900 million in damages, it sent shockwaves through ABC headquarters. Legal analysts quickly noted that this is one of the largest defamation payouts in history, and it could spell serious trouble for The View. The financial impact is overwhelming, but the damage to ABC's reputation could be even more severe. For decades, The View has been a flagship program for ABC, but now it's a liability they can't ignore. Insiders revealed that executives are weighing drastic actions, including canceling the show altogether to prevent further fallout. Advertisers, wary of the controversy, are reportedly withdrawing their support, hesitant to associate their brands with a program under such scrutiny. And then there's Sunny Hostin, whose career may never fully recover. Once regarded as a voice of reason, she has now become a cautionary example. For years, Hostin positioned herself as a moral authority on The View, holding public figures accountable for their actions. But now, she finds herself at the center of scrutiny, and the outlook for her television future is grim. Reports suggest that ABC executives are outraged with Hostin for putting them in this position and are actively exploring ways to minimize further damage to their brand. Even if she manages to keep her job, her credibility has suffered irreparable harm. How can viewers trust someone whose reckless and unsubstantiated comments cost her network nearly $1 billion?
Here's some news for you. The former First Lady has been noticeably absent on her husband's campaign trail, but she just made a stop on Fox News to promote her new memoir. Apparently, she's answered personal and political questions. Take a look.
American people need to decide what they really want. Maybe some, strong tweets.
But meanwhile, Melania Trump emerges stronger
Advertisers
than ever.
are reportedly pulling
This
out as
lawsuit
well,
didn't just
unwilling
restore
to
her
associate
reputation,
someone who held
it
powerful
reshaped
figures
how the
accountable
public
for their
perceives
actions.
her.
But now
For too
she's
long,
the one her.
she has
Sunny
been
Hostin
portrayed
built
as
her
merely an
career on
accessory to
being
Donald
a
Trump,
voice
a
of reason.
narrative fueled
But now she's become
by
a
media
cautionary
outlets
tale.
like The
For
View.
years, Sunny Hostin
But this legal
positioned
battle
herself
changed
as a
that
moral
perception
authority
entirely.
on The View.
By standing her
And it's
ground
not
and
looking good
securing
for
one
her
of the
future on
largest
television than what
defamation
critics
settlements in
have painted her to be.
history,
She is
she proved she is resilient,
and
determined,
unafraid to take on
and
trust.
unafraid to
Someone who
challenge
cost their network
powerful
nearly $1 billion
institutions when they cross the line.
reckless and
This
baseless
case isn't
comments
just
accountable
about
for their
Melania,
actions, but
it's
now
about
she's the one
holding the
under
media
scrutiny, forced
accountable
ABC
in
to
an
cancel the show.
unprecedented
But the
way.
damage goes far
Her
beyond money.
$900
The
million
lawsuit has
victory
exposed
against
The View's
The View
toxic culture
has
of
sent
bias and
shockwaves through
sensationalism,
the industry.
leaving its reputation in
For
tatters.
years, outlets like The View have operated under the assumption that they can say anything about public figures without facing repercussions. This lawsuit shifts that narrative.
Meanwhile,
It sets a precedent
Melania
that
Trump
reckless,
is
agenda-driven
walking away
attacks
stronger
will
than
no longer
ever.
be
His lawsuit
tolerated,
didn't just restore
especially
Melania
when they
Trump's
verge into
reputation.
defamation.
It redefined
Legal
how we see
experts
her as
predict
ABC
that
to
this
cancel the
case will
show.
inspire
But the
other
damage goes
public
far beyond
figures
money.
to take
The
similar
lawsuit
action
has exposed The
against
View's
media
toxic
outlets
culture
that
of
thrive
bias
on
and sensationalism, leaving its
The
reputation
message
in
is
tatters.
clear.
Advertisers
While
are
freedom
reportedly
of
pulling
speech is protected, there are limits, and crossing those boundaries comes with consequences. This case could mark the beginning of a new era in media accountability, where truth and fairness take priority over ratings and clicks. But what does this mean for The View moving forward? Let's take a closer look at their uncertain future. With a $900 million judgment looming over them, The View faces an existential crisis unlike anything before. The financial strain alone could push ABC to cancel the show, but the damage extends beyond finances. The lawsuit has exposed The View's culture of bias and sensationalism, severely tarnishing its reputation. Advertisers are reportedly pulling out, viewers are tuning out, and even ABC executives are questioning whether the show is salvageable. Insiders suggest that discussions about The View's fate are already happening, with some advocating for a complete rebrand or an entirely new program to retain their audience. But can a show built on controversy and divisiveness ever truly recover? And if The View does go off the air, what implications does that hold for other media outlets that rely on similar tactics? Melania Trump's $900 million victory against The View isn't just a personal triumph. It's a pivotal moment for media. Accountability. This case has highlighted the dangers of unchecked rhetoric and set a powerful precedent for public figures who refuse to be silenced by baseless attacks. As The View faces an uncertain future and ABC scrambles for damage control, one thing is certain: this lawsuit has changed the landscape forever. Will other media outlets take heed of this moment, or will they continue down the same path until they face their own reckoning? Only time will tell. But one thing is undeniable: Melania Trump has proven she's not just resilient, she's unstoppable.